Don't ever transplant like this. You're about to watch a nightmare. I thought, like I'm sure many of you have, that since companies make this particular product to supposedly make transplanting easier, it had to be a good idea. But as you'll see, it may actually be doing more harm than good, and now I understand why. In this video, I'll show you exactly what went wrong, I'll walk you through the painful process, and you'll learn what you should be doing instead to keep your plants happy and thriving after transplant. This is one of those lessons that I had to learn the hard way, so hopefully you don't have to. Okay, let's step into my 4x8 grow tent where I have a couple plants not looking too happy right now. Pheno number 2 and Pheno number 1 of the Swank genetics from the Stash collaboration. And they're on the auto pots. They're being fed Athena nutrients. I've got them on a half dose right now. I'll probably be bumping it up a little bit more here shortly in the future. But you can see they're drooping a little bit, well, quite a bit actually, this one and that one. And I really think it's just the container size. I have them in a 1 gal. I really am just trying things out this time around, putting a 1 gal on the tray to grow. For those of you that don't know, this is a wick system. You can see the nutrient solution down in there, and it will wick up into the bottom of the pots. And I really feel like these containers are a bit too small, even with an auto watering system. What I've been finding is that this medium has actually been drying out, so things haven't really been wicking up. Maybe, I'm assuming there's a layer of roots right here that's really preventing the wicking from going up more into the medium. So the pots are super light. I actually just watered them with the nutrient solution. And I'm gonna be transplanting both of these plants into 5-gallon grow pots. And I have them right here. So this should be a lot better for them. It should fit really nicely onto this tray to grow. 2 plants, 5-gallon containers on here. And yeah, they're actually pretty close to flipping to flower as well. Just want to get them to a new container, have them bounce back a little bit. And then once I see that they're fully healthy, then I'll go ahead and flip to flower. But yeah, even after growing for so many years, I still like to try things out. And I want to try out really these fabric pots that have the Velcro here, because they make these Velcro so you can transplant out of them easier. However, I've heard nothing but nightmares coming out of trying to transplant out of these fabric pots. So I'm gonna experience that nightmare. We do have some dying leaves down here, which I can pluck off at this point. Definitely need to get a lollipop going on this plant. Could probably lollipop that plant a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna transplant out of these. I'm gonna struggle because I wanna go through the process. And yeah, we'll get these into 5-gallon containers and we'll get them to bounce back here. Now you may have noticed the humidifier in the background. That's the new AC Infinity Cloud Forge T5 humidifier. It has UV sanitation, warm and cool mist options, and a VPD control so you can really dial in the humidity. AC Infinity is a sponsor of the channel, so thank you to them. And they hook up my viewers with a discount. You can use code MrGrowAt15. That works on both their website and on Amazon. Got the 2 5-gallon containers filled up, and I used a 1-gallon grow pod to kind of make a little template here. So I'll be able to easily take out the plant from the previous container, slide it in there, water it in, and then we should be good to go. Been using bioflower quite recently. I think I'm making the switch entirely from Fox Farm Ocean Forest soil to Bio 365 bioflower. I've been running this soil for the past couple months and have had excellent results across the board. I really like the amount of aeration that it has compared to Fox Farm soil. So I'm making the switch entirely here. And yeah, I think now I'm ready to actually transplant the plants into these containers. Okay, I got Pheno 1 ready to transplant. Overall, it doesn't look that bad. There's some yellowing in there, some purpling of the stems and stuff like that. But overall, yeah, I think this is gonna be an easy bounce back here. Got the soil here. What I'm gonna do is just get a little bit of moisture on the top to help have it hold its shape. What's happened in the past, and this will happen if you have dry soil in here, is once you pull that grow pot out, everything just kind of collapses in. I think it's enough moisture in there so it won't collapse in, but let's go ahead and remove it, and whoop, we're good. And I like to spray in here just so it can keep its shape. Good. All right, let's do this transplant. All right, here we go. Gotta take out the moisture meter first. Probably roots within here. I'm just tearing out roots. Yeah, that's for sure. Roots grew in between here, so I just ripped out a bunch of roots, unfortunately. I know there's gonna be a lot of root damage done here. Just gotta deal with it. It might be a little bit of a decline on the plant before it bounces back, but totally expecting this. Again, I'm just trying to get the experience. I heard this is a nightmare, so I wanna go through it just to say I've done it. So I got the Velcro side of things here. I think I can pull it down and kind of make it inside out as much as possible here. If I get soil all over the ground, I'm completely fine with that. It's funny, I actually just put water over this medium this morning and I can still see that there's some dryness in it. So water is really being uptaken super quick by this plant. And that's another reason why I think that this plant is just it's struggling, because it's in too small of a medium. It's being held together pretty good for a fabric pot. All right, now we're really doing some damage there on the bottom part. And tons of roots ripped out from there. You can see tons and tons of roots grew into the fabric pot. It's not really root bound like you would see in a plastic pot, for example. A lot of air pruning was done in these fabric pots, so this is pretty much good to go. What I would like to do though is get a little bit of mycorrhizal fungi left over. I want to use the rest of this up if possible. I'm going to wet the roots real quick just with a sprayer, sprinkle some of this mycorrhizal fungi on, and then we'll get this in here. Put some into the hole as well. I'm gonna drop this down in here. It's a little bit bigger than the hole I had created. That's not cool. Another challenge. So it's a little bit bigger than the 1 gallon plastic pot that I have. So I'm literally gonna have to tear away at some of this wall here. That's a bummer. Thought this was gonna be a smooth transition. Now it's in there. Now I'll take that excess soil out that I had in this container. Put it on the top, pack it down a little bit, and now the plant has been successfully transplanted. Got Pheno 1 back in the tent, got it labeled up all nice, and we're gonna put the moisture meter back in there. Right here should be good. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually water it in. Got just under a quart of water. It's actually the nutrient solution that's within the tray to grow. I'm gonna go in here and slowly water it in. Doesn't really need to be perfect. I just want to get something in there. It is on the tray to grow, so it is going to wick up, but if I can at least get that in there, it'll give it a little bit of a jump start here. And yeah, that was a successful transplant. Next step would be for me to come in here, do some low stress training. I do want to widen this plant a little bit more, get in there, do some defoliation, remove some of those leaves so air can get through the canopy. Probably remove a little bit of that stuff that's on the bottom there, lollipop, not too much to take off there. And yeah, just give it a little bit of time for it to bounce back entirely before I flip to flower. Second pheno here is healthier. Tons of roots coming out of the bottom of the pot there. Pretty cool. This is all gonna get destroyed once I take it out of this fabric pot. And then yeah, slide it into this area. I'm gonna have to rip apart the sides again. Maybe I'll start to do that now because we need a little bit more space here to stick this plant in. And hopefully that's enough. Take the moisture meter out of there. I'm ripping through tons of roots now. Yeah, I've just ripped through a ton of roots. Take off this Velcro. Pretty much making it go inside out. Oh. There we go. Tons of roots just torn apart. I'd be interested to see how long it's going to take for this plant to really recover. Let's get it nice and sprayed so we can get the mycorrhizal fungi to stick to it. This is really going to help prevent transplant shock. Last bit in the hole. Good. Now, if you watch some of my past transplanting videos, you'll know that I used to put worm castings in there. I just don't have any on hand right now, so I'm just skipping that process. Just the mycorrhizal fungi directly into the medium. Hole's not big enough. It's in there. Now I'm going to use the rest of the soil that I had taken out. And there's a successful transplant of pheno number 2. Placed pheno 2 in the tent. Got it all labeled. And now I'm going to put it in the moisture meter. Get it right like that. And then what we'll do is we will water it in as well, just like we did with the other one. A little bit over a quarter of a quart. So we'll let the wick system do its job. I'll be interested to see what this moisture level kind of goes up to. I'm gonna give it 24 hours and then I'll see what the moisture level is. And then also I'm gonna do some lollipopping defoliation on this plant as well as the other plant tomorrow. Here are the plants 8 days after transplant, and I'm happy to say they're both thriving and back to growing vigorously. I'm actually about to take some clones from the one in the front, do a little training and pruning, but overall the plants are doing great now. If you've got any nightmare gardening stories of your own, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and make sure you're subscribed so you can follow along as these plants continue to progress. Click the video on the screen right now to check out a side-by-side soil test I did Fox Farm Ocean Forest versus Bioflower soil. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.